Should Christian men have short hair? 1 Corinthians 11:14, doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? Eusebius from the early church quoted the Jewish historian Josephus in his work against Apion, and in this section Josephus was himself quoting a Gentile author who described the hairstyles of Jewish men at that time. Josephus shows that the Jews had close-cropped hair. Dr. Gill, whose historical knowledge was exemplary, comments on this verse that among the Grecians the men cut their hair and did not suffer it to grow long, as also did the Jews. He declares that among the Corinthians, to have long hair would cause a man to appear unmanly and womanish, or effeminate, as Paul writes in chapter 6 and verse 9 of this same book. All commentators seem to agree on the meaning of this verse. There are natural differences in the growth of male and female head hair, and God would have us recognize this and the significance of it. The atheistic humanist worldview, so prevalent in the West today, would tell us that there is no difference between men and women, resulting in the demise of various societies in the 20th century. But there are very significant and beautiful differences between men and women, and an infinitely wise Creator produced these differences for important reasons. We ignore him at our eternal peril. As for the argument presented by some professing Christians that one can never determine how long or short God intended, this is ridiculous, and they are causing needless debate and strife against all plain logic. Paul wrote the above at a time when civilized men did not have hair dangling below their ears and down towards their neck. Paul is writing by inspiration of God's Spirit to a culture that understood this full well. The historical evidence is clear, and indeed we can naturally see when a man has flowing hair like a woman. How else could John have known from his vision in the Revelation that the hair of the locusts was like the hair of women in chapter 9 verse 8? Would the long-haired skeptic be prepared to declare that John could have been wrong? If not, they must admit that a woman's hair is and should be distinguishable from a man's. In short, excuse the pun, men should have short hair, lest they look effeminate and ridiculous.